The classroom buzzed with nervous energy. Final exam papers were being returned, and students leaned forward in anticipation. For many, this grade meant passing to the next year. In the front row sat Jamal, a hard-working black student who had poured nights of study into preparing for this test. His pen had run dry halfway through, yet he still managed to write every answer clearly. He felt confident. For once, he believed he had proven himself. But when his teacher, Mr. Collins, handed him the paper, Jamal's heart sank. A bold red F stared back at him. Confused, Jamal flipped through the pages. His answers were correct. Not perfect, but certainly not failing. He raised his hand timidly. "Sir," Jamal began softly, "I think there may be a mistake." Mr. Collins looked down at him, expression hard. "No mistake," he said curtly. "Some students just aren't cut out for higher learning." The words weren't just about a grade. The message was heavier, wrapped in unspoken prejudice. Jamal could see it in the teacher's eyes. He wasn't being judged for his knowledge, but for the color of his skin. Around him, classmates shifted uncomfortably. Some wanted to speak up but stayed silent. Jamal lowered his gaze, shame flooding his chest. He had worked so hard, yet his effort was invisible to the one who held his future. That night, Jamal sat at his desk staring at the failed paper. His mother knocked gently and entered. She picked it up, her face tightening. "You studied so hard," she said. "This isn't about your work, is it?" Jamal shook his head, tears forming. "He just doesn't believe in me, Mom. No matter what I do, it's never enough." His mother placed a hand on his shoulder. "Then you keep going. Not to prove him wrong, but to prove yourself right." The next week, the school science fair was announced. Each student had the chance to present a project publicly. Jamal knew this was his moment. He worked tirelessly, staying late in the library, running experiments in the kitchen, and building a model powered by clean energy. His project, a miniature wind turbine that could generate electricity for small devices. On the day of the fair, rows of colorful displays lined the gymnasium. Parents, teachers, and even the principal walked from table to table. Jamal stood nervously beside his turbine, heart pounding. When Mr. Collins approached, his lips curled into a faint smirk. "Let's see what you've got," he muttered. Jamal took a deep breath and explained every step, how the turbine's blades captured wind, how the generator converted energy, and how this simple model could help in real-world communities with limited power. As he spoke, the light bulb connected to his turbine flickered and glowed, illuminating the table. Gasps spread through the audience. The principal leaned in, impressed. "Remarkable work, Jamal," she said. "This is innovative and practical." Mr. Collins' smirk faded. He studied the glowing bulb, then the boy who made it happen. For the first time, doubt crept into his prejudice. Jamal's project went on to win first place. The crowd applauded, his classmates cheered, and his mother beamed with pride. But the most striking moment came afterward, as the gym emptied. Mr. Collins slowly approached Jamal. His voice was quieter than usual, stripped of arrogance. I misjudged you," he admitted. "You've shown intelligence, creativity, and determination. You deserved better from me." Jamal looked at him not with bitterness, but with calm strength. "I didn't do this to prove you wrong," he replied. "I did it because knowledge matters. We all deserve a fair chance." For a long moment, the teacher stood in silence, the weight of his actions settling in. The boy he had dismissed had risen not with anger, but with brilliance. It was a lesson Mr. Collins couldn't ignore. From that day forward, his attitude in class began to shift. He listened more, encouraged more, and when Jamal raised his hand, he called on him with the same respect as any other student. Prejudice had blinded him, but kindness and resilience had opened his eyes. Jamal's story is more than one student's victory. It is a reminder that unfair judgment may knock us down, but it cannot erase our potential. Hate divides, but kindness heals. And in the face of prejudice, the greatest response is to rise, shine, and prove that we are all equal as human beings.